Hey everyone. So in my devotions this week, I started the book of Job, and I got to thinking while I was reading the book of Job today that we always condemn those poor Job's friends, um, and for good reason. They were completely wrong on how God does things and in knowing God. Um, They blamed God technically for bringing all this stuff upon Job because they said that Job had sinned. But that wasn't true. God is a loving, caring father. I don't know of any father who will, because their child made a bad decision, will go ahead and beat them to death. I mean, just destroy them. I don't know of any father who do that. I know as a father, I've tried to use decisions that my children made to teach them new things and ways that they could do things differently. And I believe that that's kind of how God deals with us sometimes. But He does not deal with us by giving us disease and problems and things like that when things go wrong. Well, first of all, Job didn't do anything wrong. The Bible says he was a righteous man. But number two, even if he did, I don't believe that God would have treated him that way. I think God is a just and wonderful father who doesn't treat his children as badly as we think he does. Um, the problem is that sometimes we want to blame things on God instead of realizing that the decisions that we've made cause us to be in the situations that we're in. We don't always make good decisions, and when we don't make good decisions, we end up uh, either getting sick or, for instance, let's take someone who smokes all their life or drinks most of their life. Um, when they get liver cancer or liver disease or lung cancer or COPD or something like that, and they wonder, "Well, I can't believe God would let this happen to me." Well, no, you brought it on yourself. It wasn't God that did it. You made the decision to do those actions, and therefore you have to, unfortunately, there are consequences to your actions. We live in a world that doesn't want to accept the consequences of our actions. We live in a world of people who want to do things and expect that everything's going to turn out just perfect because in their mind what they're doing is great, but the aftermath is oftentimes horrible. And so I got to thinking about that. I was reading Job chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7 today. That this poor, I think it was Eliphaz, poor guy says, Job, you're such a sinner. Look what, and because you're a sinner, God has condemned you, and you're going to have to do this, and you're going to do that. And we know by reading that actually God said, I want to just show you, Satan, that my servant Job is righteous, and no matter what you put against him, he's going to serve me. God doesn't always do that either. God is a just God. God is a wonderful Father, a perfect Father. And so the next time that you find yourself in a situation, just realize that life happens. Life just happens. And as much as we hate it and we despise it, unfortunately, it happens. We get old, it happens. We get sick, it happens. We fall down, we break a bone, it happens. It just happens. Life just happens sometimes. But be careful your actions too, that you don't do something that's going to cause down the road issues. That's why Jesus said that Moses refused to enjoy the profits of sin, or he enjoyed the profits of sin for a season, only for a season, because after that season came the trials or the problems. Don't don't or think before you act is what I'm saying today. Just think before you act. All right, guys, have a great day.